But yeah, Aurelia approaches him. She looks bad. Like, she just looks like she got hit really hard in the head. She's, like,
Oof.
swaying a little bit. It was all bludgeoning damage, so she's not really bleeding, but she just looks like I don't know. And she's probably not bruised either because she has scales. How do dragonborn work? I don't know. Um, but yeah, she looks kind of dizzy. She's like
The
limping a little
internal
bit.
the internal damage that we can't see is so
Yeah,
bad.
it's really bad.
Well, I don't have healing spells, so there ain't nothing I can do about
Yeah,
that.
no. So but she kind of staggers in a little bit and like attempts to
Yeah.
still look commanding. But Felix doesn't look much better, so they kind of even out. Um, luckily. Okay, and then what are the rest of you doing right now?
Where are we all stand? We're kind of all scattered around the room because I'm in the door and they're in the corners.
Yeah, the corner's like nearest the door, but
And
yeah.
Aurelia's like,
Aurelia has just kind of walked into the room now. She's like maybe 15 feet away from
okay,
Felix, who is at the very back of the room.
okay. So yeah, we're just all scattered.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, so you can stay where you are, or you can move up to where Aurelia is, or whatever.
Yeah. So I
What is
haven't been
your?
here until now. So I'm gonna say Felix, is it?
That's right.
Sort of missed the opening here. Did you tell us who you're working for, or was that a no go?
Aurelia says he claims not to know who he's working for. Not by name, anyway. I'm inclined to
Well,
believe that. It seems like the smart thing to do if you're going to pay a wizard to set fire to a mine, not go and tell him yourself.
true. Do you know anything else about them?
Felix shrugs. I think they probably live in this town.
Yet they haven't bothered to show up to pay you.
Yeah, well, rich people don't like to part with their money, do they? They paid me half up front because I'm not an idiot.
Mhm.
The only reason I'm still in this fucking town is waiting for the other half. His man said he would meet me here to deliver it, but he hasn't. I don't know anything about the person who paid for this, except that I assume they're rich and they care enough about the mine to tell me to damage it. So they're probably involved in, I don't know, whatever political bullshit goes on in this town.
Hmm. When they reached out to you, what kind of how many details did they give?
About themselves? None. About the job? Well, it wasn't incredibly specific. Not down to the spell they wanted me to use or anything. Just a sort of general concept. Fire, some destruction of property. They didn't necessarily want anyone to be killed, but
Hmm.
if it happened, it wasn't, well, they didn't tell me to kill anyone, but they didn't tell me to go out of my way to not kill anyone.
So the purpose was just to damage the mine.
Apparently,
Just the one?
just the one. I was supposed to be out of here days ago.
Do I believe him?
Make an insight check.
Well, that was a nat 1.
All right. I mean, you can't really tell. He seems like a sketchy dude, but he doesn't have any obvious signs of lying. But you're like, I don't know if I can trust anything this guy says. But he
Yeah.
seems, he doesn't seem like, he's not exhibiting like super clear traits of lying. He seems confident in what he's saying in like in a straightforward manner. So you're not really sure. I think Aurelia's gonna make an insight. Is she any good at that? Not really. Oh yeah, she rolled a 5.
Can I see if I believe him?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, it's a nat 20.
Oh my
Hey!
god.
I did it.
You did it. What's the total of that?
Let's see, for insight, right?
Yeah.
What's my insight bonus? 24.
Nice. All right. Yeah, he seems to be telling the full truth.
Okay.
That was the only job. It's exactly how he described it, and he looks pissed to still be here. He looks at Aurelia. The person who came to tell me about the job gave me a note, which I think was supposed to have been from the requester themselves. I mean, I'm not entirely sure who wrote it, but somebody involved surely did. If you have the kind of spells that let you find me, you could probably do something with it. Aurelia nods. Do you have it on you? Felix digs in one of his pockets and pulls out a folded piece of paper and hands it to her.
I kind of imagine he reached into his pockets and we all like raise our weapons.
Yeah. He's gonna pull out a spell component. Yeah, he's like, easy, and hands her the note. She doesn't look at it for now. She just puts it in her pocket.
What would you have done from here? Just keep showing up?
Oof. Well, if he didn't come tonight, I was going to leave town and try to track him down from outside. And, you know, find him and shake him a little till the money fell out. This is just the go-between. That's the only person I ever met.
Hmm.
And I don't know his name, but I could still find him.
Maybe we could find him together. The way I see it, he hasn't done you any favors.
That's true enough. And I suppose if I get dragged before the Cerberus Assembly, they're going to take away the half of the reward I got anyway.
Just kind of look at Aurelia because that's set up to be, but
Yeah.
we're nice. We'd probably let him go.
Yeah, so many wizards. Everyone was like, man, there's usually no wizards in this town, and suddenly you're just tripping over them. Aurelia says, well, that's above my pay grade, I'm afraid, but I'll talk to my superiors and see what I can do if you cooperate with us. Felix scowls, but he says, well, seems like the best I'm going to get.
Probably.
All right. What do you want me to do? Turn myself into the Lawmaster?
Hmm.
Aurelia says, maybe that's best. I don't think we're going to go looking for anything else tonight.
Yeah, let's see.
Just
I think we're determined to look for it.
He's very regular looking. Oh God.
Well, I guess it depends on whether, yeah, like if we get him arrested, I worried that might just make whoever hired him kind of go underground further.
Actually,
That's possible. Maybe if I go talk to the Starosta myself. We can get her to keep this quiet. And just have him stay somewhere for the night.
could all go back to the inn. Sleep this one off. I don't think he's going anywhere. And if he did, you could find him.
That's true. Tomorrow I'll be able to find anyone. It'll be even easier now that I've seen you.
Just like still threatening him.
Yeah. Felix is like, yeah, I know how scrying works. God.
Like, yes, okay. I've got it.
Fuck. Okay. Well, if you let me sleep in a bed at an inn for one more night, I'll certainly appreciate it. All right, let's go back to the inn, I guess. Aurelia seems kind of nervous at the prospect of just like taking the criminal back to the inn and sleeping there for the night and not immediately turning him into the Crown's Guard. But she's like, I guess this makes sense. Also, I'm exhausted. She's like out of it.
Yeah,
Also,
I
is the
know.
other thing. She looks like she
Yeah.
really wants to lie down.
I'm gonna go over to her and kind of prop her up a little bit. I'm shorter than her, but you know, I'm still the tallest person here, other than her, I think.
You are, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, definitely.
prop her up and yeah,
Okay.
cheer up. We got the guy.
All right. Okay, let's go get some rest.
I'm not doing anything about the arrow sticking out of Felix. because I don't want to waste a healing potion.
Oh no!
Fair enough. Okay. Let's see. Hey, you guys head out of this place in a group. Oh, I have to look up this one. Okay, so the spell he's using for the elemental is kind of a funny one. He can't dismiss the elemental.
Okay.
I think
Okay, so we like start to leave and the elementals just like
it comes with so that
yeah. Okay.
the elemental it is friendly to you and your companions for the duration. So he can like command the elemental. It's not going to do anything to you unless he tells it to. But if he loses concentration on the spell, the elemental becomes hostile. And it cannot be dismissed. It just disappears after the hour is up.
Oh
The
my
hour on
God.
the spell's duration. So
Okay.
I'm surprised he didn't lose concentration with the big crit.
yeah, you guys got lucky.
God.
Okay, so we start to leave, and it's like he's got an elemental with him and an arrow sticking out of him.
Yep.
Fortunately, it's
Yeah.
still like 4 a.m., so we're not. I think we're hopefully not
Yeah,
gonna run into
it's
many people.
extremely late.
I just look at Ophelia as if to ask if she wants to use a healing spell on this or
On what?
on the wizard that is, or Aurelia for that matter. Just two
Either
very
of the wizards.
cool.
You
Just
know,
kind of shrug like
Yeah, you guys are kind of trudging down the street in a group now.
with our pet elemental.
Yeah, the
yeah.
elemental's just following next to Felix.
Do you
I'm
guys
very
like
curious about the elemental.
want healing?
I mean, I'm fine. I actually have cure wounds prepared.
Oh yeah,
So,
then Antimony can do it, so
yeah.
I didn't get
Forgot that
injured.
you could learn that.
Hmm?
Yeah, none of you guys really got hit. I think it was just Aurelia and Felix and the elemental. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get hit, but I also was outside during the first round of attacks.
Yeah.
So. Okay, yeah. Aurelia's like, I would not refuse that.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I don't use a whole lot of my first level spells, and I have 4 slots anyway. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and sort of up to both Aurelia and Felix and just kind of clap them on the shoulder and hit them both with the cure wounds.
All right. All right, what are they getting back?
Okay. Let's see. 1d. Okay, I'm gonna say if we do Aurelia first, that's a 11 health.
Nice. All right.
And then Felix is gonna get 10.
Okay. Okay, yeah, Felix looks much better. His wound like kind of stops bleeding and closes up, and he still looks haggard, but he's not like super injured anymore. And Aurelia, like she's still pretty bad, but she kind of steadies a little bit. She's like, okay, I can like see straight now.
Yeah.
Thank you. You guys can make it
Ophelia's,
back to the inn.
yeah. Ophelia's kind of like, it's a shame the fight didn't last like 10 seconds longer.
Why?
Why?
I was like really kind of looking forward to bashing my mace into someone's shoulder,
Oh.
but now we're friends, I guess. So,
He says you can't bash your friends with a mace.
Good point.
well, then that's just demoralizing, you know? When you have like a fake prisoner who you're pretending like they're a friend, like, you know, you can't just hurt them. You gotta make them think that you like them.
That's surprisingly good of you.
Felix is like, I'm
Surprisingly,
right
what?
here.
Cutthroat.
Yeah. I could hear you, you know.
I know.
She's
I
always
mean,
threatening to kill me too, if that makes you feel any better.
yeah, it's not like unique to you, so maybe shut the fuck up.
Oh my god. Okay. Felix just sighs heavily.
Welcome to the squad, right?
Yeah. God. Okay. I'm gonna keep his little thing up just so I can see what spells he has available. Okay, by the time you guys get back to the inn, both the fire shield and the elemental have disappeared.
My elemental.
Felix casts prestidigitation on himself to get rid of all the blood on his shirt before he
take my
goes
arrow back.
inside. Oh yeah, the arrow. Yeah, you've gotten the arrow back after the
Thank
healing
you.
spell. And you guys head inside. Are you just gonna share the two rooms that Felix and Aurelia and Ophelia have, or what?
I think
There's like
someone
one
should go back to the
person.
house
Okay,
so that the
that's
morning
fine.
isn't a shock to every like
That's fair. Yeah.
our parents, you know. But someone equally should keep an eye on Felix. So how are we doing this?
Um.
2 rooms. One of them has only one bed.
Oh my god, it's true. Aurelia says, I can just put the spell outside of his door again.
Does the place not have windows also? I mean, wouldn't he just jump out? I know it's like the second floor, but like wizards aren't that fragile.
Felix says, I can teleport, you know.
Yeah,
I
that
don't know
too.
if you're telling us
Not
that right
very
now.
not very far, but down to the ground if I looked out the window. Not that
It's
it would
not
do me any
really.
good.
It's not really helping your case, but
You're so trustworthy.
It's a pretty basic spell.
All right. Well, I can stay here with Felix. And who's going to go back to the house?
well, don't you have to do Dad's hair today?
I mean, we all have to be getting ready for the wedding at some point. By the way, there's a wedding tomorrow. to Felix.
Yeah.
What?
It doesn't involve you. It's just
Then why are you telling me this?
There's an open spot for you if you want to go.
there's a wedding tomorrow, and if you'd like to come.
One of you is getting married. Why are you chasing me around?
You interrupted the bride's work day. Let's put it that way.
Okay, so none of you is getting married. It's somebody else.
Kind of sounds like you're interested and invested in us as people.
I'm going to sleep.
We haven't even told him our names. We just know his.
God.
Yep. He just goes into his room and lies down on the bed.
I already got my 4 hours, so I genuinely don't need to sleep. I can
That's
just sit out
true.
here.
You can stay here. Yeah. All right. So Aurelia's staying here, obviously. So Antimony or Ophelia, are you guys going back to the house? Oh my god, literally, yeah.
I guess if Adakora is gonna stay here, I'll go back to the house to
Okay.
notify the family of whatever. What am I telling them?
I guess hmm. Wait a second. Okay. Okay, yeah. This is the day of the wedding when the sun comes up. Okay.
It's the day before the wedding.
Okay.
Yesterday was 2 days before,
Okay.
right? Yeah, that's what I wrote down anyway. Does that seem
Okay. I wrote down I just have a lot of notes. I wrote down 2 days before the wedding was the day we met Aurelia.
Yeah, and she's only been here for 1 day, I think.
Okay.
This is the first day.
Yeah, because she was here, and then that night we took her to the hotel and the casinos and stuff.
Yeah, you met her like first thing in the morning,
Hmm.
and then
Yeah.
all this stuff happened in 1 day.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, so you can just tell everyone the truth.
So yeah, wedding's tomorrow at this point. It's like 4 a.m. Oh my god, someone is hammering something in the next apartment.
Fun.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just give him the update. What is our plan exactly?
Aurelia says, "Look, if you have things to do, family commitments today as well as tomorrow, I'm pretty sure I can handle things on my own from here."
Yeah, but we've gone this far.
We're just busybodies, and we like to get involved in things. Um,
But now she has leverage.
We'll reconvene tomorrow.
tomorrow is in when the sun comes up.
When the sun comes up, which, I mean, to me, it's today because I already got my 4 hours of sleep. This is when I'd normally be awake.
Yeah, we get it. You're perfect and can never do anything wrong.
That's a weird escalation to make. We can reconvene at a human morning. And take a look at the note and see where it leads us.
Right. Yes, I think we should start with the note. Because if it can lead us directly to whoever paid him and not the go between, that would be incredibly useful.
All right. So we'll do that tomorrow.
Okay, I'm going to sleep.
Sorry, my dad called for a second. What
Okay.
did I miss?
You are going to look at the note tomorrow and start there.
Okay.
But yeah, Aurelia goes to bed.
Right.
I will head back to the Knock household.
All right. And then Ophelia, I assume you are just going to sleep in your room at the inn.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, as Antimony, you get back to the Knock household. Nobody seems to be awake. You can just go back in your room without running into anyone.
Okay.
You know how to sneak back into the house.
Yeah.
You have a lot of practice. So it is not an issue for you to get back inside when there's nobody there to open the door for you and without being noticed. Okay, so everybody is asleep except for Atacora. I assume you're just kind of sitting in the room with Felix.
Yeah.
Okay. You've been sitting there for maybe 20 minutes, and your sending stone makes a sound.
I will take it out into the hallway. Just in case Felix wakes up.
All right.
And answer. Quietly. In the hallway.
Okay. So you made it back?
Nobody died. We're
I
at
take
the
it.
inn.
I know, I followed you there.
Hmm.
I mean, I saw you go inside and then went back to the house. So I'm here. I don't think anybody noticed me coming in. I just wanted to see what your plan was.
Well, he's a little more willing to cooperate, so he's got a note that may have been written by his actual employer, not the middleman. Going to examine that tomorrow.
Or do something with that, right? I mean, she found him based on his chalk or whatever.
Yeah, she may be able to use it the same way. Or he might. He has a vested interest in finding this guy too.
Did they stiff him on his payment?
On half.
Must have been a lot of money.
We didn't ask exactly how much, but he seemed very comfortable assuming the man was rich.
Well, most people with skills like that work for the Empire, so he's probably in pretty high demand. Not a lot of wizards will do jobs for just anybody. All right, I need to sleep. Thanks for not getting yourself killed and making me break my cover.
You're welcome. I told you we wouldn't. Then I hang up.
Okay. Yeah, nothing happens during the night. Felix sleeps for a solid, like, 8, 9 hours. Yeah. And it's probably like a little bit later in the morning when you all wake up because it's.
Yeah, if it was 4 a.m., then 8 hours, we are solidly at like noon before.
I don't think you probably don't need 8 consecutive hours because you did get some sleep earlier, but it's probably another like 5 or 6.
Okay.
So we'll say it's like 10-ish by the time you guys get up. Okay, I am going to take a quick break and go to the bathroom, and then we'll keep going with this exciting day. All right. So you all wake up. It's about 10 a.m. What would you like to do? Or rather, Felix wakes up, Idacora. You are, I assume, very bored.
Yeah. I probably did he have any stuff in the room?
Yes. Yeah, do you want to go through his stuff? Absolutely.
Yeah, I probably went through his stuff.
For sure, 100%. Yes. Yeah, make an investigation check.
Okay, okay. It's not bad. 19.
All right. Yeah, he's traveling fairly light. He just has like one big traveling pack full of things. There's extra clothes in there. He's got a big warm coat. Um, he's got some money, um not a ton. I think you can't find where he keeps his like what however much he was paid for the first part of the job.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably hiding it somewhere else. But the money you do find is like enough for traveling. It's not like big crime reward money. He's got some I don't know. He has like a pipe and some tobacco and like cards and a flask, just kind of random stuff. There is a notebook just for writing notes in. He has terrible wizard handwriting. There is a spell book, which he keeps under his pillow. You can't like get at it, but you can see it under there. Not that you would know what to do with a spell book, but
No.
you see that that's there. He has a bag, a couple of different little bags full of spell components. You assume they're spell components because it's just a lot of like weird shit. Yeah, like sand and shards of glass and stuff like that.
Okay.
He seems to go for components over arcane focus for whatever reason.
Okay.
Maybe because they make you look a little less like a wizard. If you're just carrying around like, I don't know, some charcoal or
Yeah, that's true. It's
weird little objects, people will be like, wow, he's strange, not like, oh, he's definitely a wizard.
Yeah. Just for fun, I'm gonna like if he has any like cool rocks or feathers, I'm gonna take them and replace them with some of mine.
Oh my
Put in
god.
some of my rocks that I'm tired of.
Incredible. Okay. Yeah, he has a couple of cool rocks that it just looks like he picked up. Not a ton of that, not like the number that you have. Um I'm just gonna look and see what some of these components are.
Yeah, there might be some components I just take and put rocks in their place.
Yeah, I want to see if there's any good spell components for you to just steal.
Like there are spells that's high level. I'm just looking at the back. There's one that uses a lodestone. That'd be fun.
Oh fuck. I'm just looking at the stuff he has prepared. So he could have any number of spells because wizards have so many fucking spells. Um. Oh, you find a little rod made out of amber.
Okay. Try to find something of equal weight to that to put in. I take
Okay.
it.
That's for lightning bolt. Um, let's see what else there is. Oh, what's one for light? Oh, phosphorescent moss. There's
Ooh.
some phosphorescent moss for casting the light cantrip. I don't know if
Okay.
you want that.
Yeah.
It glows gently. Yeah, there's like a little bit of fur, there's some leather, there's um some sand.
I don't need sand, but I'll take the
Yeah.
moss and the
Okay. You take the moss and the amber rod and you replace them with shiny stones that you found.
yeah.
Okay.
I want it to be about equal weight so he doesn't notice if he just picks up his stuff.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. And he's asleep, so you don't have to roll any. I'm not gonna make you roll any checks. He is out.
Yeah, so that keeps me busy for a little while.
Mm-hmm. He probably has some books, but they're like magic related books. I don't think he has anything fun to read. It
Like,
looks
I
like,
could use this time. I should start learning a language or something.
yeah. Yeah, he has it looks like he's been sort of keeping up his studies. Like the notebook he has like kind of notes that look sort of arcane. Like there are some drawings in there that seem like runes or spell circles. There's a book about um elemental magic,
Okay.
stuff like that. So yeah, you're not really sure. He doesn't have like an intellectual vibe necessarily in like the way he acts and dresses, but he clearly, had formal magical education and is still pursuing it on his own.
Okay.
And you probably learn his surname. It's like written somewhere on some of his stuff. His like maybe in the notebooks. His full name is Felix Koppel.
Okay.
Let me make sure I spell it right.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, that doesn't ring a bell to me in any way.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing, Antimony?
Um, honestly, I guess I'll probably just update the family on what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, your mom is long gone by the time you wake up. But Taito and your grandparents are having, well, they've kind of cleaned up breakfast mostly, but there's some food waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
And Hannelore is downstairs as well. She's just like chatting with your family.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let them know that we basically have found somebody who seems to have been involved. And we're gonna try and track down who hired him. And that's why Adakora is not here right now.
Okay. Taito's like, I was wondering where he was. When I didn't see him this morning, I went to his room and it was empty. I thought maybe he just went for a walk or something, but he'd been gone for a long time. That's good to know. Are you sure you need to keep pursuing this? The wedding is tomorrow. And now that
Yeah.
you've found someone who might be responsible, you could turn this over to, I don't know, local authorities.
I love how everywhere we go, everybody is like, "You don't need to get involved in this," and we're like, "Yes, we do."
And I was like, I'm getting married literally tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, look, it'll be fine. We'll be there. We're gonna be fine. If things get too complicated, we can turn it over to Aurelia.
Who?
Oh, the annex from the Cerberus Assembly.
Oh, that's right. Your mother mentioned her. So that's who you're working with? She's competent and
I love she's competent. Um,
he's like just looks completely like he doesn't fucking know anything. I don't think he's ever met anyone from the Cerberus Assembly before.
yeah, I mean, she seems all right.
Did you ever meet her when you were at school or anything like that?
No, which is probably for the best, honestly.
All right. Um, well, just tomorrow is wedding time. Don't go running around on any, I don't know, capers tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
One of our capers.
We do want you to help set things up at the guild hall.
Yep. Yeah, we'll see if we can get this wrapped up today.
All right. Good luck. Hannelore says, "Do you mind if I come with you?"
Oh, sure. Yeah, we were gonna wake you up last night, but figured it would be better to let you sleep.
You did wake her up. Atacor woke her up, and she
Oh,
Yeah,
declined to
but
come
he
with.
doesn't. Antimony
Yeah.
doesn't know that.
that's right. Yeah.
Do you not? I thought you told her that or that you had woken Hannelore up and that she wasn't coming, right?
Oh yeah, I guess I did.
Because that's what Hannelore told you to
Like
do.
like she thinks
Oh,
she went
yeah.
back to. We woke her up and she
Yeah.
went back to sleep.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the, so she kind
Okay.
of knows where you were last night, but she did not come with you. So she doesn't know like the details. Um. Okay, so you and Hannelore head back to the inn then.
Yep.
After you eat some breakfast.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, yeah, Taito looks a little bit nervous about this whole thing, but he doesn't like say anything else. He's just like, all right, good luck.
Our poor father is just like, technically my children are adults, so I can't really.
Right. They don't actually live here anymore. They have jobs. Um, but yeah, Hannelore, as you go, sort of asks you how it went last night.
Um, well, it could have gone worse. We found Felix, which is apparently his name. Um, he doesn't seem to know much about who hired him, but that's not really unexpected. But he has a note, so we're gonna try and track that if we can.
Well, that sounds promising. Do you plan to get, I don't know, the Crown's Guard involved at all?
Well, we're not sure yet. It we kind of discussed having him turn himself in, but we're worried that might, you know, kind of alarm whoever hired him.
Oh, I suppose it could. I guess, yeah, it would be hard to keep quiet that he'd been arrested. Especially, I get the impression that everyone in this town knows everything about everyone else.
Yeah, we do kind of tend to get in each other's business.
All right. Well, hopefully, I'm glad nobody got too seriously hurt last night.
Yep, Adakora managed to stay on his feet, which was good.
She does laugh at that. Yeah. All right. You guys head back to the inn, and what is Ophelia doing?
Um, what what was Aurelia doing? Did she wake up? Is she
She probably wakes up a little bit before you did because you are a known late sleeper. So yeah, you probably wake up and she's just like poring over her notes or whatever. And she looks up at you as you sit up.
did he like run away or anything?
No, I checked next door. He just woke up. Adakor is still there.
Wow, we are all in sync. Um, well, mostly, I guess. Uh, Ophelia probably has to take like, I don't know, a little bit to prepare some spells.
Okay. Oh yeah,
But
good
yeah,
call. Oh, I'm gonna glance at Aurelia's spells and just make sure I don't need to change anything. Forgot spell. She.
and did you look at the note?
Yeah. Hang on, sorry. I'm just glancing through these spells real quick. Okay. You wake up and yeah, she's like, not yet. I was just studying my spells, just preparing for the day.
It was like a note telling him what to do, right?
Yes, I mean I read it. There's not much information in the note itself, but I'm
Can I
hoping.
see it?
Yes, of course. She pulls it out of her. She had sort of flattened it out and like stuck it between the pages of her notebook. She hands it over to you. I didn't write out the note.
Yeah.
or anything, but it's on just a piece of plain paper. It's like pretty well made paper. You know that. You know enough to know that. And one side is uneven, as if it was like ripped out of a book or a notebook. And yeah, the writing on it is quite nice. It's somebody who learned penmanship. And yeah, it just sort of gives like bullet points basically of what this person wants Felix to do. And yeah, it says like uh, inflict damage on the mind, something that will get people's attention, but not like you don't have to destroy it completely. Just let something loose in there or cause some havoc.
I see. Maybe I'll try to like copy down the handwriting. Is it Taito's handwriting?
I don't know if you've seen Taito's handwriting.
Hmm.
You read some of his books, but they were printed.
Hmm. I will have to look later.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I'll copy it
you
down.
can try to copy it down. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then we're gonna like, are you gonna try to locate like the rest of the page?
I think so. It looks like it was torn out of something. Maybe I can find the book it came from.
It strikes me that maybe I should have prepared the locate object spell as well, but I didn't, so we're gonna rely on you.
That's fine, she says. Atticor, I think Aurelia like popped over a few minutes ago and was like, "All right, come meet in my room when you're all
Okay.
ready to go." So you sort of Felix gets dressed, uh, takes his spell book, takes his pouch of components, just kind of all his stuff, and uh, heads to the other room.
I will go as well.
So yeah, as you two are poring over the note, Atticor and Felix come in. Felix looks much better, although still a little like grumpy and disheveled. Aurelia probably shows you the note, Atticora.
All right. He'd be happier if he just had money, I'm sure. Do I recognize the handwriting? I don't know why I would.
Make an intelligence check.
Okay.
Straight intelligence.
14.
You do not recognize the handwriting.
Okay.
It is definitely not your father's. It is much neater than his. I think he has kind of like scritchy handwriting. Kind of pointy. This is like cursive-y, like very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And your dad probably writes in all kind of weird shorthand because he writes so much. Like he abbreviates things. And he does that in letters, so like his whole family knows what these weird little abbreviations are, but like nobody else does.
Oh God. Do you, there's this doesn't matter. I'll tell you guys later. um yeah, so we don't know who sent this.
Ophelia wouldn't know any of those people's handwriting, so I can't tell you. Aurelia says, should we wait for Antimony to get back before I cast the spell, and then we can just wander around the city until I find this whatever this goes to? Hopefully, the notebook that it goes to.
Yeah, probably. Is there anything else we didn't get into last night that would be helpful?
Felix sort of shuffles uncomfortably. This is the only thing I got from them, except for the first half of the payment, which I'm sure would be much less useful to you. I don't know how you would identify the previous owner of a gold coin. That's not really how the spell works.
Yeah.
What spells do you know? What spells can you do right now? Can you locate object?
No.
What use are you?
He just kind of stares at you like, what? Why, do you know locate object?
No. But I mean, wizards can do it, right? Are you just like a shitty wizard or something?
Ophelia, don't antagonize the wizard.
God. Yeah, he doesn't, he's just kind of like looks in the other direction. Like, I'm done engaging. Oh man.
Ophelia looks quite pleased.
Okay, wait, I'm reading this post. Incredible. Wow. Except it's like the opposite. Like Antoni's elvish handwriting is very fast, but it's like messy as hell. And there's a lot of weird abbreviations. And you're like, she's like, regular elves don't just write like this. And he's like, no, I made that one up. I just write so much. I needed to make up some shorthand.
God.
The worst. Wow. That's incredible. Okay. Okay. I don't think Felix has much else to tell you, to be honest. He's not going to hand over his gold. Really bully him. But also, that isn't really going to help you.
Nah, I didn't even rob his travel money. I don't care about his gold.
Right. Let's see. He can give you a physical description of the person that he talked to.
Yeah, that might be helpful, just in case.
Yeah, they're not like particularly distinctive looking for Durbanlode. It's like a human man in his 40s with blonde hair. Just like very short, dark blonde hair. His nose was kind of broken. That was his
Okay.
um, main like standing out feature. He had blue
Okay.
eyes. and just wore like very ordinary sort of laborer's clothes. Oh my god. I don't know. Does this description sound hot to you? Make up your mind. It's up to you. '40s broken nose, short blonde hair, blue eyes. Does that sound hot? I don't. Felix does not seem like enthusiastic about this description. It's just a description. It's not like talking about how hot the guy is. But yeah, Felix gives you God, basic physical description of the man who brought him the note and the initial money, and then who said that he would meet him later in the warehouse after the job was over to give him the rest of the money, and who never showed. And this guy never gave him a name.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not much to go on. But you have something to look out for, I suppose. As you guys are talking and just sort of going over this stuff with Felix, Antimony, and Hannelore arrive. The room is getting a little crowded at this point. Really like moves over on the bed to give you room to sit down. More room. All right. I know it's a little cramped in here, but I would rather cast the spell in here than go downstairs. Given that anybody could be down there. She fills you in, Antimony, on the description of the man, that kind of thing. Just the stuff that Felix told them. And she says, "All right. Oh, here. Do you want to look at this letter?"
Yeah, I guess I'll look at it.
All right. She hands it to you. Hannelore leans over your shoulder to look as well. Yeah, same letter. Make an intelligence check for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna have Hannelore do it too.
15.
Okay, you look at the letter, you read the words. It takes you a second to notice because the tone is a little bit different. Like you've never read anything like this in this handwriting.
Mm-hmm.
But once you read through the letter and then start sort of studying like the paper and the handwriting and the ink color just to kind of see what you can notice, the handwriting looks extremely familiar.
Oh.
You are used to seeing it. God, imagine if it was Taito. You were used to seeing it in letters that you received from your mother.
Oh.
Huh.
Oh boy.
The letter's not signed or anything, but it really looks like Kassia's handwriting.
Okay. Well, what are we gonna do with this?
Julie, you guessed every member of Antigone's family.
So does the Scooby-Doo gang accuse everyone they meet in a town?
Yeah.
Whew. This is not good. Okay.
Are you saying that out loud?
No, I'm saying it in my head.
Do you have a good poker face?
Oh no.
Make a deception check, I guess.
Okay.
Adacor, make an insight check.
Okay.
Ophelia, you can make one too.
It's a 4.
Oh God.
Well, I didn't roll great, but I did get a 7.
Wow.
Yeah. 14.
Okay. Honolulu rolled a 12. Everybody's rolling insight. Let's see what they all get. Oh yeah, literally everyone notices antimony. Like your eyes get really big, and you just kind of stare at it for a sec. Like you stare at it for way too long. Everyone's waiting for you to like put the letter down or say something. Oh, the only person who doesn't notice is Felix. He rolled a 3. Felix is like completely uninterested. He's just like, yeah, he's fucking picking his nails, looking at the wall as you guys, try to figure out how to solve his crimes. He's like, I'm done. I gave you all the help I could give you. I'm fucking checking out. So, but yeah, literally everyone else is just watching Antimony like stare at this letter for way too long with her eyes really wide. And Aurelia just says, "Is something the matter?"
Can I kind of grab Atacora and be like, emergency family meeting?
Wow, not a dead giveaway. Sure. What do you say? Do you just grab my arm and
I think we're just gonna be like, let's just go in the hall for a sec.
Okay, so you grab Atacora's arm, you drag him out in the hall. Ophelia, do you let them leave by themselves?
I guess.
The NPCs are all gonna stay. They just kind of are sitting in the room, like looking at each other, but they won't
Like,
all.
what the fuck
They will
is
all stay
happening?
put. Okay, so
I'll stay, but Felix is my new best friend now, so you better fucking watch it.
Oh God. Felix has now kind of noticed that something is up, and it looks a little interested again. But yeah, you successfully get out into the hall, just the two of you, and shut the door.
So what the fuck is up with that?
You recognize this handwriting at all?
I didn't.
Okay,
Should I have?
Probably because it's mom's.
Oh. That's not good.
No, it's not.
Now that Antimoney points it out, you can kind of see it. You don't get a ton of letters from Cassia. Mostly Title writes to you.
Are you sure?
But she sends you the occasional letter.
Well, I mean, I guess somebody could be forging it, but it does look a lot like hers.
Well, I'll be real. I don't think Kazuya hired the wizard. So that seems more likely, but it's weird.
Let me think. Hang on. When who did they scry on before again?
Who did who scry on? Aurelia?
Yeah.
She scried on Felix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she scried on Felix using the chalk. But she was just going to use locate object for this because she thought it looked like it was ripped out of a notebook.
Okay.
So she's hoping she can find like the other, like the whole notebook rather than like blowing her 5th level spell,
hmm
which she only has one of.
Does the stationery look like Kazuya's? I'm saying this to Antime. It was a question for Antime.
Does it?
Not really. I mean, it doesn't look like she probably has some like nice embossed stationery or something that she uses to write letters on. It doesn't look like that, but it's notebook paper. I mean, she owns notebooks and paper and things that she just writes stuff on. And it's pretty nice paper. Like it's the sort of notebook that you would own. But you don't it's it's too plain for you to recognize it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, shoot.
We're a little late to destroy the evidence, so
Yeah.
You guys come back in and you're like, whoops, the letter burned up.
The letter's gone.
it's
Sorry.
gone.
Sometimes my magic just goes a little funky. Sorry about that.
I'm actually a wild magic sorcerer. I forgot to tell you.
Yeah.
Look, either the locate object doesn't work and we're no farther than we were. It does, and it doesn't lead to Kazuya, and it's fine. It does lead to Kazuya, and we know someone's framing her.
Right. Okay. I mean, she looked as surprised as all of us when this happened.
She wouldn't risk anyone's lives.
No. I'm not turning my mom over to the Cerberus Assembly, though. Okay. All right.
So are we pretending you didn't have anything important to say when you dragged me out into the hallway, or are we making something up?
No, I guess it looks worse if we just pretend nothing happened.
A little bit.
Okay. Well,
I say we come clean and stick to our guns that it's a forgery, because I honestly don't know what else it would be, but that's my vote.
yeah, okay. I think that's about as good as we're gonna get right now.
It'll be okay.
They're gonna kill me if this ruins the wedding.
We're not getting mom arrested before the wedding.
Okay.
It's not happening. That's not going to happen. After the wedding, we'll see what happens. But
I'm like
God.
hit him in the shoulder.
Which is worse?
Okay, I guess we will awkwardly re-enter the room.
Okay. Did anyone say anything? None of the NPCs are gonna say anything. I assume Ophelia doesn't, because she doesn't like initiate conversations that much. But they
Yeah,
just everyone in the room
I
just
don't
kind of
think so.
stares at each other while this is happening. Okay, you come back in, everyone looks at you expectantly, including Felix, who is now invested.
Of course.
Oh, now he cares about our lives.
Now he's like, there's something dramatic going on and I want to know.
Okay. Well, the bad news is I do recognize the handwriting. It looks like my mother's. But I mean, I don't think that this is. I don't think she wrote it. I don't think this is her fault.
I am as confident as I can be that it's not Kazuya, but it does look like her handwriting.
Hanalora's eyebrows have kind of shot up. Really looks skeptical, I guess, but she doesn't really say anything yet. How's Ophelia reacting?
Um, um,
Oh no. Okay. All right, we'll just I'm just gonna have Aurelia talk then. Okay, yeah, she looks kind of a little bit skeptical, a little bit uh solemn. And she says, I know I'm sure that you're sure that she wouldn't do something like that, but I mean, can you think of any reason she might benefit? Could she possibly have a motive?
Not that I can think of. No one benefited from the damage in the mine. No one who worked there, no one who oversaw it.
Did anyone uh who did it damage? Anyone she might have been trying to harm or get back at for something?
Well, let's see. It's Petrov Sour's mine, right?
It is
Yeah.
Petrov Sour's mine.
I mean, it's not like anyone really likes Petrov, but as far as I know, there's no real beef there.
And the miners, do you know them any of them particularly well?
I don't know. Do I? Out of curiosity.
You yeah, you know some of them. I think you got like taken to work sometimes as a little child. Um the one you know the best is probably Erland because he's been working there since like before your mom started working there. and he sort of like taught her how to do actual practical stuff when she first started being like the manager.
Hmm.
So yeah, they're on very good terms. Your mom and Erland, and you know him reasonably well. And then some of the other ones you've like, spoken to or seen on a number of occasions because they've worked there for years or whatever.
Right. I mean, I don't think there's any problems at the mine.
Well, I suppose it's my job to find out. I hope it's not your mother, but and I don't mean any offense by this, but sometimes you think you know people and you don't really.
Look, we have no desire to hinder this investigation.
Good. I'm
If
glad you
the locate
told me about
object
this.
does lead to Kazuya, I don't think it'll change our opinion that someone is framing her. You should know that up front.
All right. I mean, even if this paper belongs to a notebook that belongs to her, somebody could have stolen it. That's very possible.
But we won't know until we cast.
No, I'll do that
I
now.
guess so.
Do you still want to be involved with this? I don't mind if you do. I could still use your help, and I believe you that you don't want to interfere, but
Um, I mean, I guess we've come this far already.
all right. And please don't sabotage anything. If I find out that you have, I'll have to inform someone, and then, well, I don't think any of us wants that.
We pinky swear. Does that help?
All right, I'm going to cast the spell.
Does the Petrov guy like live here?
He lives kind of on the outskirts of town. He has like a big mansion in kind of just like a nice estate right outside of town in the countryside. But he's in town a lot because the mines are here and he's like a member of the guild and stuff.
Yeah, I think it would be worth to go with the locate object and see if something pings around his estate or around his, I don't know, guild hall or whatever. I don't know how this fucking shit works.
That's a good idea. Maybe we had better start with the guild hall since it's in town.
Yeah, I like he was lying when Kazuya asked him if he like asked if he suspected anyone.
Oh, that's true.
And I mean, I feel like if I was a rich and powerful mine owner, I would specifically ask in my note to like maybe not destroy the mine, but just like, you know, maybe kill some people, maybe don't kill some people.
What motive could he possibly have for damaging his own mine at all?
Framing Kasia, if this is the note that she wrote.
There's no insurance in Wildmount. God, that would be incredible if this was just an insurance scam, but it's not.
I mean, if it were insurance, like, this is why I'm like, Kazuya doesn't benefit from this. Petrov doesn't benefit from it.
Right.
Also, like,
There's no insurance.
Maybe
fair
he
too,
like
Kasia's the manager of the mine. She doesn't own it. I don't think that she really benefits,
Yeah,
even if there was insurance.
right.
but if the whole thing comes down, like it doesn't have to be the owner who messes up for them to lose the mine and for some, for the victim to be like, as recompense, I want your mines. It just could be an option.
I don't know. But I mean, even having the mine closed for a few days for repairs would affect
Didn't they
Petrov's
just
fortunes. Maybe not much, but
didn't they say that the mine wasn't really like that specific part of the mine wasn't really being used anyway?
it wasn't. But they had to shut down the whole mine
Uh,
for a couple of days because like some of the main equipment that they were using got partially destroyed and like several people were injured. So it has not been operational for a couple of days. And they're having to pay people to do repairs. Like this is, it could have been a lot worse, but there's definitely a cost to this, a financial cost for Petrov specifically.
mm-hmm.
It doesn't really affect Kasia's like how much money she makes because I think like the guild or Petrov pay her. Probably Petrov. I think he's like required to have a guild, like guild certified manager basically of the mine so that it can be like a guild mine. So yeah, her job's not really in jeopardy.
Yeah. The main point would be to just bother Petrov.
Yep. Okay. All right. How maybe I should wait to cast the spell until we get closer to the guild hall. Let's do that.
We all sort of look at each other grimly, I suppose, and head out. How has Ophelia reacted to any of this?
Oh yeah, good question. I forgot about my question before.
It's okay. I answered it in text form. She's like grumpy but unsurprised.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't even notice. Yeah, Hanalora's face is like she doesn't have like complete poker face on. Like it's not unemotional, but she has like it's just sort of like a vague concern.
Mm.
She's not showing any strong emotions, but you did see her kind of glance at you when Aurelia said sometimes people are not what you thought they were.
Mm.
She sort of looks at you very quickly and then looks away. Felix, as you guys all sort of start getting ready to leave, Felix says, "Do you want me to come with you?" Or can I stay here?
That's a good question.
Well, maybe it would be good if he did come with us.
I don't know if he should be seen helping us. Says Aurelia. I mean, if the person responsible for this is affiliated with the guild, they could be nearby. Although I suppose they might not even know what he looks like.
Hmm. I guess I'll just look at Felix like, do you want to wait here?
Yes.
Fair enough.
Shocking.
You should come just because you'll probably be gone otherwise.
I promise not to go anywhere.
I don't believe you.
Fine. I'll come with you.
Technically, I could cast invisibility on him.
Hey.
Let me see if he has invisibility. I don't think he does. Oh, he has greater invisibility, but that only lasts a minute.
Does he have disguise self?
Nope, not right now.
Alas. Well, I guess we could just kind of throw a cloak over him.
Now I'll just wear my hood up. I don't know any of the people you're talking about, so hopefully they don't know me.
Does he even know our names at this point?
Don't think so.
Maybe the ones you've said out loud, if you have said any out loud, but I don't remember. I mean, do you want him to know your names?
I don't think we ever went out of our ways to introduce ourselves.
You sure
we
did.
also have not been keeping our names a secret. It's just like
right, yeah.
Yeah.
But he hasn't asked either.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I think he's a little bit like, I mean, they're not going to tell me. But that's you know. Now he knows Cassia's name and he has never heard of either of those people.
Okay.
But he is also not from around here. So. All right, let's get this over with, says Felix, who has pulled his face. All right. Okay, Aurelia will walk out.
Should we perhaps pause here if you have to go in 20 minutes?
Yeah, this
No.
is we can. I mean, we can keep going until 4 because I don't
Hmm.
have to be anywhere until 4:30. So
Okay.
I
Okay.
gave myself a little window of time to get ready in, so we can keep going for another 15 minutes. There's a couple more things I can get done in that time. I think you're not about to like start a big fight. I mean, you could, but if you really
I
wanted
just want to find out if we're getting not arrested the day before.
All right. Okay, so you walk to the guild hall. It's like I don't know, probably close to noon by this point, 11:30 maybe. No, I'll say it's about noon. So there's people walking around. It's a normal whatever day of the week it is. Um, and nobody really seems to pay you any mind as you sort of hang out outside of the walls of the building. Aurelia looks around at all of you nervously and then takes the letter and casts Locate Object. All right, I'm just going to walk around the building and see if I can get anything from the outside. If not, I suppose we should go inside and they'll recognize you, right?
Yeah, they should.
All right. Okay. She starts walking around the building. Are you guys gonna follow her around or just hang out?
I want to follow.
All right, you follow Aurelia. Is it just the two of them?
No. I guess I'll go too.
Okay. Felix fucking stays where he is.
You know what? I don't want Felix to run away. I'll stay with Felix.
Okay. Yeah, Hanamura is also gonna stay with Felix. Oh no, Ophelia's pissed. Okay, so you three walk around the building. You're like 2/3 of the way around when Aurelia says, "All right, I've got it. There's something in there."
Okay.
I suppose the only thing to do is to keep following it.
We were
I'll
at the
go
guild hall.
inside. No, I mean, go. We have to go inside, and I have to figure out where exactly it is. What room? You come around to back to the bench, or the yeah, they were sitting on a bench. That's how it was in my head. I don't know if I mentioned it. Um, Says I something. We should go inside. Right. You
Are
all
we just going in through the front, or does she want to like sneak?
oof, that's a good question. I don't. She'll. I mean, she'll be like, "Do you guys know is there a back entrance?" She's not a sneaky person, is the thing.
I could always look for could always look for a sneaky place.
Okay. I mean, there's like there are a couple of back doors that just lead into like other corridors. You could probably get into them, but there may be people near them
Right.
when you open the door. You don't really know. But you might be able to. You wouldn't have to go like past the front desk then, or whatever. You wouldn't pass as many people.
Right. Yeah, so we can go in that way. Follow her nose, I guess.
All right. So you will have to pick the lock on one of the outer doors
Okay.
or one of the like back doors.
Okay. Well, I have these tools. What does that give me?
Well, you're proficient in them, so you just roll Dex plus proficiency. I usually just use the sleight of hand because
Okay.
I have. Whenever I play a character who's proficient in thieves' tools, they're also proficient in sleight of hand. So
Well, I'm not proficient in sleight of hand.
you're not okay. Well, then yeah, you can.
I put it all into like deception.
Okay.
So it's 19.
All right. Yeah, you get it. It's easy. All right, and do all like 6 of you file in through the back door? Hannelore will offer to stay outside with Felix.
Yeah, I guess I'll go in.
Yeah.
Okay, Aurelia will lead the way in because she has to. And the rest of you follow her, except for Aurelia Felix and Hannelore, who are still, they go back to sit on the bench outside.
Just chill.
Yeah.
Don't have to
Hannelore
see anything awkward.
interrogates it, suddenly like drops her normal person act and is like, all right, listen up, motherfucker. Tell me everything you know.
That would be so great.
Oh god. You come back out and he just like looks really scared.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, you go in. There aren't a ton of people in the hallways. The people who are there don't like pay much attention to you because they recognized some of you. And Aurelia was in here the other day. Um Talking to Cassia actually. But yeah, the spell leads her to a familiar office. I don't remember if I said there was a window or not. I'm gonna say there's a little window on the door just because it's easier. It is Cassia's office. Really appears in the window. There's nobody in there. She says, "I'm just going to sure here." She the door. It's probably not locked. Maybe it's locked. Do you lock your office in like an office building?
I didn't, but I didn't have anything I cared about in there.
Right. Probably not. I don't know.
Has
It's
Cassia
not locked.
been here today?
It looks like she has. It doesn't look like she's still here. Like her like cloak isn't in here or whatever, but there's, stuff has been kind of shifted around since the last time you were here. It's not like the neatest of offices. She usually has like work things out. She doesn't put everything away when she leaves.
If she'd like come and then left for the day, it is the day before her wedding. She might have locked the door behind her. I never locked my office, but I didn't care. So.
Yeah, I don't think it's locked. I think she does have. There's some cabinets in here that are locked, and she probably just like has the key with her. But yeah, the office isn't locked.
I'm gonna go into just with a general investigative eye.
All right. Okay, yeah. Aurelia walks over to the desk and she moves a couple of things over gently and picks up a notebook. It's this.
All right. I want to do the the trick where you like put like pencil shavings on a thing and see if there's been like an impression from a note that's been made before.
Okay, you go.
Thing?
Yeah. You go through the notebook. The page that the note is written on, you kind of find there are a couple of spots where pages have been ripped out of this notebook. Like sometimes she's just torn a page out for whatever reason to use the paper for something else.
Mm-hmm.
But the most recent spot where a page has been torn out, the page after it has already been written on, so you can't really see. Like you wouldn't be able to
Okay.
really see anything on it. It's like there's ink all over it.
Okay.
Aurelia's just kind of watching you and Antimony. Like,
Is there anything? And there probably wasn't anything special about the ink, but if I test a couple of pens.
yeah, it's pretty basic ink. It's you could write this with any of her big gore pens probably. It's just like normal black ink. Well, obviously this on its own isn't enough to know whether she's responsible for this. Maybe we had better look around, see if there's anything else.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just message again. Okay, make an investigation check. This
Okay.
is the last thing we're gonna do. 'Cause we do have to.
15 plus 7, 22.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, you look around. It seems like mostly business stuff on the top of the desk. Um, you go through the cabinets a little bit. They're very easy to unlock. This isn't like that secure, honestly. Um, for someone with lockpicking skills, like this is super basic. So you kind of go through some of the cabinets, and then in the bottom drawer of the desk, it has like kind of a big boxy drawer. You open that, and inside is a bag, kind of a big, heavy bag. And if you look inside it, you find a think it's how much is 1,000 gold in platinum? Like 100 platinum?
Yeah.
Platinum is 10 gold.
Yikes.
Yeah, you find a bag with 100 platinum in it. Just in this box.
Well, that's not a good sign.
I'm stressed.
Are you gonna? Well, Aurelia's kind of following you around
Yeah,
as you
I
do this.
assume that this is not like a secret.
No, it's not.
Chamber.
This is not a huge room either. But like, do you kind of show everybody?
Yeah. What else am I gonna do? Nothing here.
Yeah,
Bye.
just close the door. That was empty.
Nothing to see here.
All right. Does anyone want to say anything before we stop?
No, I just want to make another kind of woozy face.
Okay. Okay, so you find this bag of a lot of money in a locked drawer in the desk in your mother's guild office, and that's where we're gonna end.